Have you ever hesitated to say what you really need, want, or desire in a relationship, or struggle to hold a boundary or reveal your deepest, darkest secrets with someone you love? Clearly, you're not alone. Hi there. In case we haven't met, I'm Annmarie Chereso, your conscious relationship coach, here to help you transform your most important relationships for good. If you're into that kind of thing, like and follow for more. Okay, so to have truly healthy, fulfilling, intimate, and conscious relationships requires courage. And not just the kind of courage you see in the movies, that save the day courage. I'm talking about simple, everyday courage. The courage to speak your truth, hold a boundary, speak honestly when it's hard, take responsibility for your role, or maybe just simply show up as your most authentic self. So, today I want to talk about what courage is and why it's so essential for transforming your relationships and how you can start cultivating it right now. Because I love etymology, let's dig in by starting with how courage is defined. The word courage comes from the Latin word cor, which means heart. Now, interestingly enough, the word's original meaning was to speak one's mind by telling all one's heart. Today, the word is more commonly associated with being heroic. I would argue that speaking your full truth and standing in your power is heroic in relationships. Another definition I love is courage is the quality of being ready and willing to face negative situations involving danger or pain. Now, that may seem extreme when talking about relationships, but not to your ego. You see, I believe courage is your willingness to face situations not without fear, but despite the fear. So, when holding that boundary feels scary, when speaking that truth feels risky, when sharing your most vulnerable self feels like jumping out of an airplane without a parachute, it's true because we human beings are unpredictable and we cannot know how someone else will react to said boundary, revealed truth, or vulnerable share. Our ego's terrified of rejection and a negative response. And here's the thing, most of us have been conditioned to be controlling versus courageous. Now, courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward despite it. I love what Brene Brown says about courage. It's the ability to show up and be seen when you can't control the outcome. That's a powerful idea, especially in relationships. It means having the courage to show up even when things feel uncertain or scary, because the truth is, life is uncertain. Now, science tells us courage is tied to our mental health, physical health, and our overall well being. Studies show that courage will help you reduce stress and anxiety, improve your self esteem, and strengthen your resilience. Why is that? Because when you take a courageous action, you align with your core values, which gives you a sense of purpose and peace, even when things are hard. The truth is that courage is simply the cornerstone of healthy, meaningful, fulfilling, and authentic relationships. Without it, you avoid hard conversations, stay stuck in unfulfilling dynamics, and hide parts of yourself out of fear or rejection or conflict, which is no fun. But when you're courageous, you open the door to true intimacy, deeper connection, and growth, which I know is what you really want deep down. It's what everyone wants. So it takes courage to speak up for what you truly want, even if you're afraid of how someone might respond. It takes courage to hold boundaries with love and compassion, especially when someone you care about is struggling, like a loved one dealing with addiction. It takes courage to take responsibility for the part you play in the relationship instead of pointing fingers and blame, to advocate for your needs instead of feeling rejected. Every time you choose courage in your relationships, you not only transform how you connect with others, but how you feel about yourself. That's the magic. It has serious side effects. So, how do you start practicing courage today? Here are 4 simple but powerful ways I suggest. 1, start with awareness. In all my work and everything I teach, it comes down to self awareness. Start by noticing when you might be controlling versus courageous. Some controlling behaviors to look for could be the tendency to withdraw when something's not going your way, to hold an unreasonably big boundary, or to blame the other for your uncomfortable feelings. If becoming aware is all you do for now, that is huge. One small step for you is a huge step for mankind. Celebrate that. But 2, take a bite-sized piece. Courage doesn't mean you need to make a huge leap. If you feel ready to move beyond awareness, you can start with something small, like sharing how you're feeling from I statements, or expressing your need in a low-stakes conversation, like, hey, honey, I notice I'd like more affection when we're sitting on the sofa. Or, hey, son, daughter, I'd like to notice to spend more time with you when you're not so busy, so I have more of your attention. The key is to reveal these desires when you're not in a triggered state. Again, self awareness is key here. I have a lot of practices I teach you in my online courses. If you want to learn more, go explore AnnmarieChereso.me. 3, practice self compassion. Courage grows when you're kind to yourself. Recognize that the other is available. Celebrate the small wins and remind yourself it's okay to feel scared. And lastly, visualize the outcome. Studies show that imagining yourself taking brave action can help reduce fear and build confidence. Before having a tough conversation, visualize yourself calmly and courageously expressing what you need and feeling seen and heard by the other. Remember, like anything else, courage is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. So let me ask you, where is courage calling you to show up in your relationships right now? Is it finally having that tough conversation you've been avoiding? Is it setting a boundary or asking what you truly need? Maybe it's opening up about feelings you've been too afraid to share. Whatever it is, I invite you to take one small courageous step this week. Every act of courage builds the foundation for deeper connection, more intimacy, and lasting transformation. If you're ready to take this work further and learn how to reset your relationships intentionally, I would love for you to join me at my Relationship Reset Visioning Workshop on Sunday, January 12th. This workshop is my gift to you, valued at $144, but free to you. It's the perfect way to set your intentions for 2025 and begin to transform all the most important relationships in your life into meaningful connections. Click the link below and let's get started. And if you found this helpful, please follow, like, and share it with someone who could use a little more courage in their life. Let's spread the inspiration together. Remember, courage isn't about being fearless, it's about showing up even when it's hard. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the other side of fear.